he gets his ass on a plane. It can't be easy. He's not. What? He's not a young man. He remembers when the Dead Sea was alive. He told the Wailing Wall to keep it down. No, he's not a young man.
I don't think we need to get a panel of gerontologists to look at the situation. We've all known old people who are like, yeah, we'll take the keys now.
I'm so disappointed that you, like me, not so young, would say this. It's such. First of all, the same week that he did this, Kamala Harris was over in Korea saying our longtime ally, North Korea.
Joe Biden may no longer occupy the Oval Office, but he has certainly not disappeared from the national conversation. While critics and comedians like Bill Maher have eased up in recent months, things were very different during Biden's presidency. At that time, he regularly found himself at the center of Maher's sharpest monologues and most memorable punchlines. In this video, we're taking a look back at several occasions when Bill Maher delivered some of his toughest and most talked about jokes aimed at former President Biden. So grab some popcorn, settle in, and get ready because a few of these moments were unforgettable.
Into it.
Thank you.
Old,
yeah.
But there are, but there's natural processes that happen, and it seems like he is certainly losing his acuity, which a lot of older men do, and compensating it with this wonderful ability to get people to work together. But I would say, I don't think we need to get a panel of gerontologists to look at the situation. We've all known old people who are like, yeah, we'll take the keys now.
I'm so disappointed that you, like me, not so young, would say this. It's such. First of all, the same week that he did this, Kamala Harris was over in Korea saying our longtime ally, North.
Sometimes people ask which Democrat faced greater political challenges, Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. Supporters of Biden often point out that age affects everyone, and they argue that occasional verbal slips are not unusual for someone in his stage of life. Kamala Harris, however, has faced a different type of criticism. Some critics argue that her speaking style can become overly complicated or difficult to follow, turning straightforward ideas into lengthy explanations. Others say Biden's biggest challenge was not simply making occasional mistakes, but the repeated insistence from those around him that everything was perfectly normal despite several awkward public moments. Harris, meanwhile, has often faced criticism after controversial remarks generated debate about her political effectiveness. Whether people viewed Biden's age or Harris's communication style as the greater challenge, one thing remained clear. The political landscape provided plenty of material for comedians, and Bill Maher rarely passed up the opportunity to comment on it.
The same guy, he was always a gaffe machine.
You're right.
He's actually more disciplined than he used to be.
Okay.
Well, that's the point of view. That's it. Look, I think the reality is when Biden is strong, he's very strong. And when he's weak, he's very weak. And that's what people are responding to. And I think, from my point of view, you got a couple of challenges here. If the public in 2024 sees what they perceive to be a weak insider versus a scary outsider.
Joe Biden's public misstatements have frequently become major topics of discussion. Many people remember the occasion when he referred to Kamala Harris as President Harris, along with other remarks that quickly spread across television and social media. There was also his comment about serving in the Senate for 120 years and the often quoted phrase, "We choose truth over facts," both of which generated widespread reactions. Later, political commentator Van Jones entered the discussion by defending Biden while also bringing Donald Trump into the conversation. Critics argued that debates surrounding Biden often shifted toward comparisons with Trump instead of focusing on the original issue. Some supporters of Trump believe the media has treated him unfairly, while others disagree with that assessment. Regardless of political views, many Americans have expressed frustration with the increasingly polarized nature of political coverage and prefer reaching their own conclusions rather than relying solely on media narratives.
Our president went to Israel this week. Nothing to do with the war, just wanted a break from the tension in D.C. But I think this was his best week as president, Joe Biden. This was his... I think so. His finest hour. I mean, and then he gets his ass on a plane. It can't be easy. He's not. What? He's not a young man. He remembers when the Dead Sea was alive. He told the Wailing Wall to keep it down. No, he's not.
As discussion turned toward another presidential campaign, Biden's age became a central topic of debate. Critics questioned whether he still possessed the stamina and focus required for another term in office, while supporters argued that experience remained one of his greatest strengths. Every public stumble or verbal mistake seemed to generate renewed speculation about his future. At the same time, Kamala Harris was widely viewed as the party's most likely successor, yet she also faced criticism from opponents regarding her public image and communication style. Political observers noted that the Democratic Party faced difficult questions about its future leadership and electoral strategy. Whether those concerns were justified or not, they became a frequent subject of public discussion. Many analysts suggested that reconnecting with voters would be an important challenge for both the party and its future candidate.
The world's grandpa. He can't visit without slipping a little money, you know, and just get some missiles. Don't tell Grandma. But then he came home. He made a great speech about Israel. At the end of it, they caught this on camera. Somebody yells "clear," and then somebody goes, "That was great." Of course, great, the bar for great in the Biden White House is like if Hunter doesn't wander in with a hard-on. Just to put it in.
Another major controversy surrounding the Biden administration involved Hunter Biden and the laptop story that received widespread attention during and after the 2020 election. Critics argued that some media organizations initially treated the story with excessive skepticism, while later reporting acknowledged that portions of the material were authentic. Others maintained that journalists acted cautiously because of uncertainty surrounding the information at the time. Regardless of where people stood on the issue, the controversy became part of a broader debate about media credibility, public trust, and the role of journalism during highly contested elections. For many Americans, the discussion continued long after the election had ended.
It would be the first woman president, first black woman president, and first Asian president. But I don't vote for who will be the first. I vote for who will win. And for whatever reason, Harris has never been popular. You can count the number of delegates she won in the 2020 primaries on one hand, as long as that hand has no fingers. In 3 years as vice president, she's been quieter than an electric car. And like an electric car, your MAGA uncle can't explain why she fills him with homicidal rage. She just does. Sometimes life is...
Bill Maher has frequently criticized both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, often drawing strong reactions from audiences across the political spectrum. Regarding Harris, some critics argue that she struggled to build a stronger connection with voters, and that her speeches sometimes relied heavily on broad political language without delivering memorable messages. Others disagree and believe her record has been overshadowed by partisan criticism. Maher has repeatedly highlighted these debates during his monologues, arguing that leadership depends not only on policy, but also on effective communication and public confidence. With Biden facing questions about age and Harris confronting criticism over messaging, discussions about Democratic leadership remained a recurring topic throughout the political cycle.
It also excites me, among the many things, I'm excited about electric school buses. I love electric school buses. I just love them for so many reasons. Maybe because I went to school on a school bus. Hey, raise your hand if you went to school on a school bus, right?
Critics of Kamala Harris have often questioned how she would perform during high-pressure international negotiations, arguing that clear and direct communication is essential in those situations. Some have suggested that lengthy or complicated responses could make difficult diplomatic conversations even more challenging, while supporters reject that criticism and point to her experience in government and foreign policy discussions. Regardless of where viewers stand politically, debates over leadership style, communication, and public confidence continue to shape how many Americans evaluate national political figures.